Greetings and welcome. Thank you for joining me here at Bloom From Within Love. I go by Bloomy. And today, light language transmission is all about forgiveness and divine love. Divine love. And this was inspired by the previous oracle reading that I did regarding 2020's lessons. What were the lessons that 2020 brought to the collective and the glimpse of 2021? And the theme for 2020 was all about forgiveness. The glimpse into 2021 is all about love. Love of self, love of others, open receptivity, honoring of self, giving and receiving, being more in alignment with that, being more comfortable with that. And so I felt inspired to share an activation to go along with that and just to see what comes through. So feel free to set your own intention as it resonates with you as it relates to what you've gone through this year. So just think about everything that 2020 has meant for you, everything that you feel like you've experienced with yourself, with others, and think about that in terms of forgiveness. What you sense that you need to forgive, or that that you need to forgive, or that you need to release, forgive about yourself, forgive about others. And it can be I'll even take it as far as forgive beyond individuals. It can even be forgiving on a global, forgiving an entity, forgiving the government, forgiving a world, a land, a city. And I know that sounds kind of out there, but if for whatever reason we hold in our energy somewhere a grudge, a resentment, a belief even, as Aaron Doughty would say, a positionality regarding something, we can set the intention to align with forgiveness or ho'oponopono towards that, and to release that positionality that we may hold. For an example, let's say someone would say, oh my gosh, I can't stand New York City. I'm just throwing that out there as an example, because New York City is so rough and tough and people are so brutal. And so that's a positionality and an energy and a grudge. And so we can set that intention. Maybe there was some experiences that connected that positionality to New York. And so that's what I mean when I say we can set the intention of forgiveness towards anything, towards ourselves, towards our inner child, towards our physical body. We can say, I set the intention to forgive myself, the way I've treated my physical body, my mental body, what I've allowed, what I've accepted, what I've done to myself, or others, or what I've allowed others to do to me. So take the limits off. You can make it as broad or as specific as you wish. And if you're unclear, you can just say it's general in accordance with my higher wisdom as needed, okay? And in every now moment, in all directions of time and space, okay? And to align, to release, and then to align with divine love. And I'm saying it that way for a reason, so as to not get it confused with the limits of types of love, or commercialized love, or limited surface love. Divine love, the core essence of our being, the expansionness, the openness, the honor, and peace and serenity that love really represents, right? And so divine love, to align with that from within, not externalizing. So, with the intention to align with divine love from within, releasing whatever we have created, whatever we have believed on an Akashic level, even, we're going to add opening the Akashic records on a collective level, an individual level, okay, that has created an inability to forgive, first of all, an inability to forgive ourselves and others, an inability to release all forms of anger, hatred, rage, resentment, yada, yada, even if it is on a subconscious level. I must add this because often we're not always aware of this. I have to say this too, because a lot of us think we have forgiven because we said a forgiveness prayer and, but our actions and behaviors subtly shows differently sometimes. Okay, we can say all the right nice things and messages to people, but it's those other things that are usually telltale signs that no, there's something there. No matter how nice you try to say things or what you try to portray. So it is our intention to, on a quantum and energetic level, on a deepest cellular level, okay, in all layers of our being, we're setting that intention, but we're going to also feel into our body. And we're asking the galactic or light team to step in to assist with their advanced intelligence and their vast, advanced quantum frequencies to assist us with this release, surrender, and with the alignment to the divinity of forgiveness, of acceptance, allowance, neutrality, and divine love. Okay, I hope all that makes sense. But you can, like I said, you can go ahead and set your own personal intention if you like. All right, and don't try to figure it out. That's not what light language is. Your soul essence understands this, okay? So does your body. And understand that you may feel sensations. Oftentimes people do, depending on how sensitive you are to frequency. But you may, and allow it. It's okay. It's activating you and it's allowing energy to move. It's stirring the pot. Okay, so emotion may come up, tingles, temperatures, all these things may change. You may get images, you may hear sound, all that may happen, okay? Equally so, nothing may happen that you can feel, but it doesn't mean that it's not happening on a subtle level. Sometimes we're not in the space and place at the moment. Later on, when we are in the receptive mode, it kicks in, but it's already there, okay? I hope that helps as well. Also, make sure to drink plenty of water after these activations to help the energy move through your system. And pay attention to your body. If you feel like you need to rest a little bit, be gentle, be kind with yourself. If you need to cry, if you need to laugh, whatever, just be okay with it. You don't have to judge it. You don't need to analyze it, okay? All right, but it's with my deepest heart and intention to assist us in this way, to be able to close this year out, being able to hold forgiveness, to be able to hone in on that. And I'm going to even add a time release. And I'm going to add this because energy is always moving and we're always interacting. And as we're working through subtle energy and we're working through our own shadow aspects and, yada, yada, right? Interacting. So I'm going to add the intention of a time release upon contact of anything that may be being stirred up, anything that's coming from the shadow aspect, any irritants, anything that we bump up against, that maybe, cause us to be upset. And let's just be honest, we're humans. So that we're not constantly feeling like we're backed up, if this makes sense. We're not constantly backed up, where we're trying to remove layers upon layers upon layers upon layers, right? So this time release is going to be upon contact of the frequency of bitterness, contact the frequency of anger, contact the frequency of resentment, contact the frequency, anything that's counter benevolence, counter forgiveness, okay, or counter the divinity of benevolent love for the self, first and foremost, for the self primarily, okay, and then of course the external world. All right, now get nice and comfortable. Take a few nice deep cleansing breaths and then breathe naturally. And if possible, try to sit upright or lay down. Undistracted, and try to follow your breath. And what I mean by that is mindful breathing. Pay attention to your inhale, your exhale. Okay? All right. My intention is to connect with my galactic team. Any galactic team that's high vibrational, consciously evolved, benevolent in nature, loves us unconditionally, has our best, highest good at heart, and desires to or assign to step in to assist us in this now moment and all now moments. Okay. May I be an open, clear channel of benevolence only, in accordance with our highest heart and our highest wisdom and good in every area of our lives, in every now moment, in all directions of time and space. I call in the four elements: earth, water, fire, air. I call in dolphin energy. I also call in the ethers. I call in sound. I call in the violet fire. I also call in any and invite any goddess energy, divine feminine energy here, for the added element of softness, compassion, gentleness, kindness, receptivity, creativity, nurture, Gaia for grounding, support. All right. All right. Yarasa yarasama yelama salaka ayala ama O salama yalaka asalama laka atayalama. Ye alama lalama ka alalama salama. Yalama lalama kala alama lalala sala yakatak amala sala. Shayo kuruso malala mala yala sala la yolomo yolokomo. Smalakatuk mana. Yalala malaka masala malama. Yomoso, yolomoso, 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 ah, yolomoso, yolomoso, ah, ayalamaka, o yalama sala yalama ah, alama ashaka ataka o yolomoso o lamaka ashkala eseke chikadum mala ayalokoso alama she alamaka ah ah Cruzaya la 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 la. Cruz. Wow, I just got a super hot. Cruz asum. Cruz ah yala masala ka. Ay cruz asum yala cruz. Aya. Kurusk aya la masala kachkatka ala 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 kurusk ya la masala kachkrim kur 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 ask ye la ma ye ala la mala la mala mala la mala la mala la mala la mala la mala kurusk isk samaya laka salayala maka salayala ma akachka Korea sayala la ma akachka ah shayala alama sho yala kasalama Kaya samala ka ayalama alalama oyolo suk oshiko isi iala ayala la mala ala 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 ukochka ay ushka aska ayaska ushka uska ashka iska aska uska ashka uska iska uska uska isi ashka uska mayala salakutrum Samalaka akalana malala shokaloko lokomo ayalala masa. Se llama. Wow. Yela la maloko rushka isk alaka ashka malaka aka ukro ala I heard a young lady say the thought that a phrase that she just said. I think her name is Aria. She's another light language transmission channeler. And she made the statement, and I'm sure she's not the only one who's made this statement, but she said, you have to feel it to heal it. That's the message that's coming regarding this forgiveness. I've been getting a lot of messages regarding the body, mind, body, soul, connection, energy, frequencies, body. Often we want to talk things through, but it's not really the talking. We need to feel through it. Feel through what it is that's coming up instead of fearing it. You're safe. It's emotion, it's energy, it's frequency, and you have a divine right to feel what you're feeling in your body, in your emotion. You don't need to attach, but your body is sophisticated. It's designed that way. The emotion is intelligent in a sense that it's giving you a signal. But you don't have to attach, but allow. The allowance is the validation of it. The allowance is the integration of it, is the alchemization of it. The allowance, the feeling it, not so much talking about it for 5 hours. But the allowing, giving yourself permission to sit, feel. Allow yourself to feel it, to heal it. Go shalama. You will survive it. You will thrive through it. You will release it. Expel it. Neutralize it. Disintegrate it from your body. Whew. And then forgiveness will be more easily aligned into. It won't feel like it's something that we're working so hard to try to achieve or to try to convince ourselves of to do and convince others of by saying it 20 times or by trying to do niceties so it has an appearance of forgiveness. It will be something that, energetically speaking, will be more in resonance and alignment with, almost like a byproduct, as we're allowing these subtle energies and frequencies of the roots, the pain, the experiences that created the disruption to begin with. And oftentimes, for survival purposes, we have suppressed much. We have oppressed much. We have hid it from ourselves. Many of us were conditioned to do that. And because of it, it's created what we call stagnation, blockage. And at some point, there is an eruption like a volcano. Energy has to go somewhere. And this is what people don't generally understand. So feel it to heal it. Give yourself permission. So right now we set the intention. We're adding the intention to give ourselves a sacred space and place to feel whatever that means for us in accordance with our highest heart and wisdom that warrants the need for forgiveness. What created the upset in the first place. To be vulnerable with ourselves, but may it be with comfort and grace, ease and ebb and flow. And honor.
Kurushka asalayana malokorishi yala masalaka ashakato yorono yoromo somo. Kayara masalaka ashakato malaka askatukum. Kurushka iska. Kurushka iska. Kurushka iska. Mayoloko so yalama. Kayala masalaka chkatukum. Kurushka. Without attachment, we're releasing attachment to the stories. We're releasing the positionality, the meanings, the labels, the beliefs. Release, 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 release. The addiction. Release, 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 release. The belief. Release. Kurushka. Karasalama, raising the vibration, aligning with the higher heart and self, aligning to the divinity of the divine within, divine love. Kurushka. Karasamala kachkatukum. Kurushka. Aligning with forgiveness, ho'oponopono, neutrality, unconditional love, radical forgiveness, radical compassion of the self in its entirety, integration of the self. Yakara masalaka achukotomo, divine feminine and masculine. Kurushka ayalalama asakatuka asalama, forgiveness to the divine masculine and feminine. Ushkurushka kurushka ichk kurushka is ay kurushka you kurushka ayalalama saka alama. Samalaka alama ashkatuk kurushk lak malala salama ala ashkatuk eseketi imo oskolok ashkatuk ala malala salama alalama peace, stillness, nowness, gentleness, creativity, nurture, acceptance, allowance, neutrality, gratitude, safety, security, worthiness, ayalama. Oyalalama alama asho yalalama asalama ka eyalama ko yele ese eke ishi alalamo iyalama o samalalala yalama esheke, releasing, detaching, surrendering, moving on, moving forward in strength, grace and elegance, power. Oya sam. Yega, life force, prana, sha, keselanamako oyala a, sho, kea salalama, authenticity of the self, ya, korea sa, leke alanamo, yeke alalama yono, with grace, elegance, sophistication, Grusha Sikiti alama okuri ialamaya boldness ya Korea Sariana Manalamo Soko Yalamaya Lama quiet power Yeke asalama ko oyalala alama sha tum Kuri ialalamo so yalalama lama joy, laughter, humor, sensuality. Korea yararama salaka ayalalama. Childlike wonder. Ayalalama yalama. Ayalalama yalama lalamako osho. Abundance, health, well-being, vitality. So let it be. Ayala amplified. Time release, aura clearing, chakra balancing. Oya, grounding, centering now. Shh. Shh. Ayala malaka. Namaste.